Welcome back, dear viewers, and to shed more light on classical and cultural tourism here in Egypt, we're delighted to be joined over the phone by Dr. Adel Hamza. He's a tourism expert. Good afternoon, sir.
Hello, good afternoon.
Well, sir, when it comes to tourism, we have it all here in Egypt. We have the warm weather, the beautiful beaches, Hurghada, Sharm el-Sheikh. We have also the cultural tourism and the archaeological sites in Luxor and Aswan. So how do you see the tourism in Egypt and the procedures taken by the Ministry of Tourism to promote further tourism in Egypt?
Yes, actually, good afternoon. Now we're talking about the most classical type of tourism we knew in Egypt, which is the tourism of archaeology and, visiting the pyramids, visiting the museum, visiting Luxor and Aswan. This is mainly was the most important thing in Egypt for decades until, since 30 years, changed it to be another type of tourism, like beaches and all these things. When we talk about this classical tourism, of course, this is very important because until today, you can say that 70% from the tourists who are coming to Egypt are coming actually for this type of tourism.
Yes.
And this is one of, the petty things we should say, because the development actually in this field was very, very delayed for decades. When you talk about the archaeological places, I cannot say that we did a lot of things to develop this place. But frankly, in the last, you can say 10 years, or 15 years, the government started to give a care to this kind of tourism. But
Yes.
it's not enough. It's not enough in terms of the number of rooms which should be available for tourists in these cities, Luxor, Aswan, and Cairo. The number of rooms, of hotel rooms, is not enough at all. Because
Yes.
in some of the seasons, you cannot actually accommodate all those numbers of tourists who are coming to Egypt. And thanks God that the last year we were not expecting that huge increase in the tourists who came to Egypt last year. We were expecting like 5 million. We had last year, according to the statistics, we had about from 10 to 11 million last year. And as the Minister of Tourism said, Mr. Ahmed Isa said a week ago that we are targeting this year 15 million to come to Egypt.
Right.
Most of them are coming for this classical tourism.
Yeah.
Because, the people are hungry around the world to come after, the COVID and the period of the COVID. The people in Europe and the States and all other countries very hungry to come to Egypt to see this place.
Yeah.
So I think the demand this year will be more than the years before with big numbers, historical numbers, you can say.
Right. Well, tourism in Egypt, sir, is a key pillar to the Egyptian economy. Now, how do you view the procedures adopted to recover this industry so far?
This is very good questions, actually, because the tourism is one of the sources which is one of the tools to increase or to move the economy up.
Yeah.
If we can use it better than what we are using right now, because we have all the elements of success in this. We have the places, we have the weather, we have everything. The nature things we have. The experience of people and the employees who are working in that field already there.
Yeah.
Of course, they need some more training, but they are already there. We have number of people who are not actually qualified yet for this job, but we have numbers who are needing this job. If we can train those people, make fairness among the
Sir, can
We are
you?
not,
Yeah. Okay.
we're not going to have unemployment in Egypt if we started to use this. You know, like Spain. Spain, they don't have unemployment because most of the people in Spain, they work in tourism. So if we started to use this kind of tourism or the industry of tourism, we are not going to have any unemployment in Egypt. This is number one. Number two, we will have the currency which is needed for our economy to go up. It's very easy. Easy to build hotels, easy to build places. We have the sources of everything, but we need the planning. We need specific people, specialists to think for how to make Egypt on the map of the tourism, the international tourism.
Yeah. Well, sir, how do you assess the flow of tourists into the country during the winter season 2022-2023?
As I told you, it's very optimistic figures. The Minister of Tourism said that we are targeting 15 million this year because the last quarter, the first quarter of the year, this year, was amazing. The number of rooms in hotels was not enough at all to accommodate all those tourists. Then the room rates in the hotels jumped from like $350 per night to $650.
Yeah.
Which is the double, almost the double, which is really a historical increase. And we need to use this because the people, they like Egypt, they like the country, they like what Egypt has. So we have to use that. We have to use that in a better way.
Sir, the Road of Rams in Luxor is considered one of the most important archaeological projects undertaken by the state. Would you tell us what's the significance of this project?
Sorry, I didn't hear that.
Talking about the Road of Rams as one of the most important projects in the tourism field here in Egypt.
Yeah, this is one of the things actually which was renovated and developed the last 2 or 3 years. And all the people around the world are thinking and dreaming to come to see this. Luxor, of course, has the international reputation, which we are not going to talk about it right now because we need books to talk about Luxor. But if you have a new thing have been done in Luxor and the people thinking of it, we have to attract tourists to come to these places. So we need media. We need the people to know about the events which is happening in Egypt. One very unlucky thing I can tell you about that, in Dubai this year, we were not actually represented very well by the Ministry of Tourism in that fair of tourism in Dubai because they were thinking that this is, the fair which is affecting Arab tourists only. But actually in this fair, it became one of the fairs which is very important, like Berlin, like Moscow, like France, all this, all travel agencies from all different countries, they come to this fair.
Sir, Luxor International Airport is being prepared and decorated to receive tourists from all over the world. How do you see the significance of airports in promoting tourism and preparing the tourist for the beauty he is going to be seeing in the city?
Of course, it's very because, even when we have good airports, we have unified airports in all the different cities in Egypt, that will attract more tourists. They will attract more travel agents arrange charter flights to come to this airport. Of course, Luxor airport, which was renovated the last 5 years, now one of the airports which is a significant airport among all the airports in the world. As I told you, we have everything. We have all the resources of everything. But we are lacking of the planning, experience of planning, and how to attack people, how to put strategies to attack this region. We are on the right track, but not enough.
Right. Sir, as we've said, when it comes to tourism, Egypt has it all. So what are the main challenges still facing tourism in Egypt, and how can we prioritize dealing with those challenges?
You are not going to believe that the first challenge I can tell you is people. We need the people to be aware. You need the people to raise the awareness of people for the importance of the tourism for the country.
Yes, but actually people in Egypt are becoming much more aware, and they are, I think, very hospitable in dealing with tourists, and specifically in touristic areas. We've seen them in Luxor and Aswan, in Sharm el-Sheikh and Hurghada. They are very, very hospitable.
You said in Sharm el-Sheikh and Hurghada.
Yeah.
But I'm not talking about the people who are already qualified. We need the people who are not even working in the tourism field to be aware of the importance of the tourism for the Egyptian country, for the Egyptian economy.
Of course, we're looking forward to create more awareness and more training, definitely. Sir, I would like to thank you very much, Dr. Adel Hamza, a tourism expert. Many thanks for your insights, sir. And dear viewers, that brings us to the end of this edition of Cairo Local Time. Many thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more coming up here on Nile TV International.